Hi Capricorn, welcome to your May No Contact Love Tarot reading. So Capricorn, we're looking at the person on your mind, the one that you're thinking of during this time of no contact communication. And we're going to see what's going on with them. We're going to look at what happened, how do they feel about it, how do they feel about you, what are they doing right now that you need to be aware of, and could things change? So we have the Wisdom of the Hidden Realms Oracle here. So I'm going to get you some opening messages with this deck, then jump into your reading. And this is for Capricorn, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, heavy placements, cross watchers, male or female, general collective reading. And welcome in Capricorn. I hope you're all doing well, staying safe and healthy at this time. If you are new or returning, welcome in and thank you. My name is Mary and this is Sunlight Insight Tarot. And keep in mind, Capricorn, all readings should be considered timeless. This is just when the messages come out. However, at the end of this reading, if you feel like this heavily resonates for you, I now offer extended readings. So I'll tell you more about that at the end of this reading. So let's see what's going on for you. For Capricorn, please. Let's see. We have the Diamond Dreamer, material wealth, true prosperity. We have 6. 6 is a very healing, balanced energy. The Rainbow Prince, compensation, perseverance. 28. 8 is 26, which is 8, which is infinity, travel, action, movement, putting in the work, communication. The Well Watcher, wisdom, power of the divine. 7. 7 is a divinely guided energy, but it can be a little bit challenging. The Phoenix, resurrection, surrender to change. 29, which is 11. And 1s are about new beginnings, so you wouldn't reduce a double number. So I'm heavily feeling like this person's chasing dreams. That's what I'm feeling. Now, because we do have the Diamond Dreamer, it could be about, money, work, career, well watcher, like you're, I just want what I want with this person. I wish what I wish for, but I think they wish for money, career, success, victory, chasing wild dreams, right? The Rainbow Prince, definitely they could try to compensate for that, in some way, but I don't think it's enough for you, right? This person also doesn't give up. So if they're chasing something, they have that energy of like, I just can't give up on that, right? I mean, this could all come crashing down on them. And then we have like rising from the Phoenix, the Phoenix rising from the ashes here, right? And needing to surrender to change. So let's see what the heck is going on, right? Now, if it's not that, this could be chasing that dream of maybe getting a diamond from this person and it's not happening. That's not really what I'm feeling, but I mean, it could be for some, whatever this person is chasing, they don't want to give up. They're trying to compensate with you by doing maybe other things, right? But whatever they do, it's never enough, right? It's never enough, right? Anyway, Capricorn, let's get into it here. So we have the Jonathan D. Easy Tarot. I'm going to link another deck down below which has a book, and you can learn tarot if that's something you're interested in. It's an easy tarot deck and book, so if that's something you're interested in. So we're going to do a reading with this deck, and then I usually close out this reading with another oracle deck, which I'll be doing in the extended reading. So we have the spirit messages for that, and another tarot deck, the Witch's Tarot, for the extended as well. But let's see what's going on here. You can always decide at the end whether or not you would like the extended, and I'll talk about more about that at the end. But let's see what happened here. What's the situation? Capricorn. Moon reverse. 7 of Swords. Hangman. 8 of Pentacles. So, okay. 2 1. So there's a crossroad. So this person, like choosing 2 paths at the same time. I don't usually get that with the 2 1s. But this person could be a very hard worker, and they're chasing that success, that victory, and they're like got 2 paths here. So they're trying to focus on 2 paths, whatever they're chasing, and you. But I mean, you see 2 different wands of different measurements here, saying that they're giving more time and energy to one and not the other, right? And the 7 of Swords is with the Moon reverse. That's very open, right? Nothing's hiding. And the Seven of Swords is like, yeah, I'm doing this. It's like they're not hiding what they're doing. Like they're very honest about, oh yeah, I'm going to be successful. Kind of a cocky attitude here they have. And they're very open about it, right? Not a great energy with the Seven of Swords, right? Not a great energy. So they're definitely hung up and stuck in whatever they're doing, right? But, I mean, they do want the connection with you at the same time. But yet, there's distance here with the Eight of Cups. They could actually travel or something, and that could be... There's an issue here with whatever they chase, whatever they do, is an issue with this connection, right? But they're not willing to give up either one, but they're definitely giving more time and attention elsewhere, if that makes sense. Whatever they're chasing or doing. Eight of Pentacles is about work, working hard. It's stuck in that energy, or they could feel like they're stuck in that energy and they can't get out of it. But they may tell you that, but they may not be totally honest about that. The Seven of Swords. I just have to say that. I will mention the signs as I see them. Capricorn, so it could be signs and chart people dealing with. If some signs don't resonate, it's totally fine. You can disregard them. Doesn't mean it's not your reading. We got Pisces, 2 cards of Pisces, actually. So, obviously you're in no contact, right? That's the limbo with the Hangman. So, whatever happened here, it's not really telling me, like, how this happened. I mean, you could have stood your ground and just had enough and walked away, obviously. But I still see them caught between two worlds and not really making a decision. That's what's going on here. They're caught between two worlds and they're not making a decision, right? But I think they're giving more attention elsewhere than to you in the connection, even though they want both, right? And sometimes you can't have both. Whatever that means. But let's see, Capricorn, how they feel about the whole situation. 10 of Wands, they're overwhelmed. 7 of Wands, they're feeling like this is a big block between the two of you. The World, it could be something about traveling. I felt that. 7 of Cups is confusion. It could also be about moving, traveling, or distance is an issue. But they're not willing to, they want the best of both worlds, but somehow it's not going to work. They want to make it work, but I don't think it could work. So they're overwhelmed. You know, they definitely feel this is a big block here between the distance, the new beginning. They're confused about the whole situation, 7 of Cups. But they do have a lot of love for you, even if they haven't really told you. This is my reserved king. So he's very reserved when it comes to sharing love, emotions, and feelings. So they could have more feelings for you than they're letting on to be. Another card of Pisces. Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio. Another card of Pisces. High Priestess. That's the no communication. Oh, okay. So let's see how they feel about you. Did I say the sign Pisces, Leo, Aquarius, Taurus, Scorpio? Let's see how they feel about you. So we definitely see them confused on what to do between whatever they're chasing and the love for you, that they probably haven't really told you the extent of how they feel. But, I mean, that is love there with the King of Cups. All right, Capricorn. So how do they feel about Capricorn? Hermit reverse. Strength. Interesting. So it could be that maybe they have told you. Usually the King of Cups upright for me, like I said, can be very reserved. But when I get the Hermit reverse, I mean, that's about being very open, out in the open, coming forward. Not so reclusive, and the strong connection to you right here. So yeah, they do feel that strong connection. 4 of Wands. Could be something about moving. 4 of Wands is like the home right there. Moving, traveling, or relocating. Settling down. Like, how do I settle down, make this work? Right? But yet, I like to be out and adventurous with the Hermit reverse. Or whatever they're chasing. I don't like to be reclusive. Right? Page of Pentacles reverse. So there's... hasn't been that true solid offer yet. Right? Four of Swords reversed. So, I mean, that's about getting up and taking action after thinking about things long and hard. Justice reversed, though. A lot of up and down energy here. Like, not doing the right thing, things not in balance. No offer. It's almost like, yeah, they tell you they want this. We're going to move forward in this, but really they're not changing anything else, right? They're still chasing that dream or whatever they're chasing. Interesting. Or they could be saying, yeah, I'm moving, you know, making plans, and they're not really doing it, right? So trying to have the best of both things, or both things, and saying they're doing things that they're not really doing. Oh boy, so we have Virgo, Leo, Capricorn. You're right there with the Page of Pentacles reverse. Oh boy. All right, so let's see. And, you know, Page reverse is no communication. All right, Capricorn. So let's see. Let's see. What are they doing right now that you need to be aware of? What are they doing right now that Capricorn needs to be aware of? What are they doing right now Capricorn needs to be aware of? Eight of Cups. Yeah, well, they're still keeping distance. Ace of Pentacles. I mean, usually that's a solid new beginning, but that could be more focused on material things. But the Four of Cups reverse is, you know, knowing exactly how they feel, right? There's no uncertainty around that. Three of Wands, though, is looking out to the future. They're struggling. They're struggling about the future. Like, what do I do? So that's the distance here. So they're still struggling, but I mean, they know exactly what they want. They want stability, foundation, monetary, material things. Yet they know how they feel about you in love. So they struggle on the future. I mean, we've seen it all over this, right? Eight of Swords reverse. Could be them coming out of mental entrapment about this. But yet the wheel is not really moving forward. It's in reverse. But then we have Ten of Cups. Total happiness and joy. So let's see, Capricorn. We'll do one more row. Like, are things going to change here? Like, what's going to happen? How could things change? Oh boy. So if it does resonate, though, please do like, comment, all the good things. Be greatly appreciated. So how could things change here for Capricorn? How could things change here for Capricorn? What do we need to know? Let's see. Empress. New beginnings. Giving you what you deserve. Queen of Swords reverse. There's the no communication. Making a big decision. Ace of Swords. Sword of Truth. Awakening. Epiphany. Clarity. Five of Pentacles. So it could be they're feeling, they could have something happen to them regarding like their success or their money, where they all of a sudden things turn for the worse, and they realize, you know, I'm chasing this other thing where it could crash down at any time, and maybe it has, and realizing, you know, I could always lose that, but the one thing, if I'm true, I would never lose is my connection to Capricorn. Right? And this could be giving you what you deserve, the new beginning. But we definitely still see no communication here with the Queen of Swords reverse. Them making a decision, maybe to communicate here, right? And the Five of Pentacles is lack and loss. And fives are about change, and we do have a 5 here. So we have Libra, Taurus, Libra. Let's see. 7 of Pentacles. So definitely assessing the whole situation, right? They definitely didn't level things out or bring things into balance. 4 of Pentacles. There was a lot of holding back, holding on to things that they probably need to let go of. And, you know, they could be a little greedy, you know, a little self-absorbent here with the Devil. But the Six of Swords is about moving forward into a positive, healing light. And strength does overcome anything with the Devil. So if they've been obsessed with like success, victory, money, career, and other things. That could be them finally overcoming that. And they may have a little bit of crashing down of something for them to wake up, right? And start chasing these other things and start making changes, right? This is Capricorn. That's you. So you're coming up in their energy. So Capricorn, we're going to move to the extended. So what we're going to do here is look more into their, like, what are they chasing? So we can get more clarity on that. The changes that are going to happen. How is it going to happen? How they're going to come forward. What do you need to know about it? What does it look like moving forward? Advice and guidance for you. And like I said, we got the Witch's Tarot for that. And then we have the Spirit messages to close out for extra messages at the end of the extended. So if that's something that you're interested in, link is below to my Patreon. You can do a one-time purchase, or you can become a member, get access to every single readings extended every month, and that's a lot of readings. So if you cross-watch or watch other signs in your chart, you'll have access to all of that. And if you're interested in a private reading, I have my Etsy shop below. You can go browse that. All the readings I do here, they're available over there. Plus, I also offer just a general reading, or if you like a money and career reading. So those are available as well. You can check all that out. Everything you need is below. Links, info, socials, everything. Me, this channel, everything. It's all below. So you can check it out. So this is where we end. And again, if it did resonate, please do like, comment. All the good things be greatly, greatly appreciated. If this is where we end, I hope it helped. It resonated. If not, I'll see you on the other side. But either way, I'm wishing you the best. And I shall see you next time.